Okay.
Okay.
So Connie, we're together in the same group uh, of the women rocking business and people who are on this path of discovering the life purpose and the people they work with and what type of message they want to deliver. And you do Feng Shui, so that's very interesting. And I want to know more about that because I have been quite interested in it. And I applied just maybe a couple of techniques in my life, and I did see some results out of that. So can you tell us a little bit about you? I know that you're from New Mexico, but can you tell us a little bit about your story? How did you get into the Feng Shui?
Okay.
And maybe also tell us after about Feng Shui itself and how can it can make our lives better.
I Feng Shui means wind and water, and it
Okay.
is um, it's a Chinese concept, and it's a different way of seeing the world, how the energy flows into a room, into a building. And it's very amazing how Feng Shui works both in your home and in the world at large. Um, Feng Shui, last year, there was a negative energy in the East, like like an illness and disaster star in the East. And that's
Mhm.
exactly where coronavirus started. And so
Mhm.
we were advised to cure the area in the East in our homes to protect ourselves from getting sick. So actually,
So
that
a little question here. So do you mean that if I heal my house or I make my house um like Feng Shui according to the Feng Shui concept, make it better as a better environment, it will also heal the area around me and not just my home?
exactly, it will heal
Wow.
area in your home that is has a problem, and it's the problem it exists both in your home and in the world at large. So it's
Wow.
powerful, that the things that you can do to protect yourself. You can protect yourself from um, also from theft and loss. I
Okay.
personally, sometimes you may not know that you were protected unless somebody actually tries to break in. But my teacher has a story where um, her son was in her house on the second floor, and they had the feng shui protections up, and suddenly he heard this crash, and somebody had broken in, and they tried to actually, they tried to actually take something, but he heard a scream, and
Mhm.
I must have cut himself, and he went running because after he screamed, he didn't want to get caught, of course. But she had
Okay.
this blue pillow on this chair, and the blue pillow was the cure. Energetically, it was impossible for anybody to steal from them. You can't stop people from trying, but energetically, it's not possible. And so I think it is a very good way to protect yourself in ways that we can't see. Um, so I,
And so, can you tell us how did you get into Feng Shui? Because you must have something like amazing happening to you. So this is,
it
can
did.
you tell us your story?
Oh yes, in 2015, I was struggling in a job that just was not the right one for me. I have a master's degree in early childhood education, a former teacher, but in this case, in this 2015, I was listening to babies screaming, and I was hearing adults yelling at kids, which is totally the opposite of what I don't believe in that sort of energy. I mean, I think it
Hmm.
doesn't help the kids at all. I was not earning enough money. I was struggling financially, and my health issues were were getting worse. I have
Hmm.
some issues with asthma, so it was all kind of coming together. And I was looking for a way to get out of that and to bring more abundance and joy into my life, as well as
Mhm.
make a difference. I want to make a
Mhm.
difference in the world and support support people with my gifts. So one day I was looking on the internet and I saw this beautiful woman being interviewed, and her name was Marie Diamond, and she's now my teacher. But she was talking about how her life transformed when she just moved her bed. And she was 15 years old. She had no friends. The other kids in school were bullying her. And she was always trying to be so kind, but everybody was mean to her. And
Mhm.
so what happened is she asked her, she had a spiritual teacher. She asked, why is all this happening? I'm always being so, I'm praying a lot. I'm being kind to people. And he said, well, you just have bad feng shui. And she said, what is that? And he said, well, let's just move your bed. You have your bed in a bad place. Let's move your bed, put some better images up, and see what happens. So what in a few days after doing that, she found that the enemies or the bullies became her friends, and she got her first boyfriend. So the other kids were like, wow, she's got a hot guy. I wonder how that happened. But it was because she
Okay.
moved to a better place and had better images around her. And so I was excited, like, wow, if it's that easy, I can do that. So
It
I,
sounds so simple. It's like almost unbelievably simple.
yeah, it, she was, well, she was praying a lot. And so she was probably putting out the right energy in that sense,
Mhm.
but she was missing the environmental part. According to Feng Shui, our environment accounts for 33% of our success in life. So another 33% is our mindset and our law of attraction and our, taking actions on
Mhm.
what we are thinking. So she
Okay.
combining those two, it just it worked. It
And
worked.
how did it work for you, Connie?
Well, I moved my bed and I figured out a way to retire and build a business from my home. And it was like the light bulb went off, and I just had this big vision of what I could do. I connected with a spiritual coach, and
Mhm.
I asked her, if Albuquerque would be a good place for me, and because I felt that would be a good place for healing and a good place for my business. And she said, yeah, go. The guides are telling me, go, just go. Don't ask so many questions, just go. And so I moved to
Mhm.
Albuquerque and I built my business, and I haven't looked back. I've loved helping women now to attract more abundance into their life, to heal the energy blocks actually in their home and in their heart. And that's actually the name of my group, Healing Homes and Hearts. So
Okay, it's nice to know the name of your group. So, like now I know where to find you, how to join you.
yeah,
So, thank you for sharing that with us,
I would be so
with
happy.
me.
Oh, I would be so happy to have you join me and any of your friends that are interested in energy and creating a better life for themselves without working so hard. Because that's what is the fun thing about feng shui is, you get the environment to do part of the work for you. You can get your
Mhm.
house to meditate for you. If you're not
Mhm.
perfect in your mindset, you try, but if you're not perfect in your mindset, you still have your environment that is supporting what you want to
Yeah,
create.
something that helps with what at least I'm trying to create in my life. So something that supports my intention and the work that I'm already putting out to the universe. Like I need to get there.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. It sounds wonderful. It's really exciting stuff. And how long have you been practicing Feng Shui?
I started, well, I started learning it in 2015 when
Okay.
I first saw her. I decided to take a course. So I started studying feng shui and putting it into practice.
Yeah.
course, it
Yeah.
took some time to really build up my confidence. And since I moved, everything was new. Um, I had to figure out, how to
Mhm.
apply it in the new environment. And I,
Yeah.
there's a lot of details. It's a very deep, um, I mean, you can go as deep as you want, or you can go as simple as you want to simplify your life. So what I help people with is I help to make it simple, so they're not overwhelmed
That's
by
nice.
things. But because
And
I
have you, yes, please go on. Sorry.
sorry, because I do enjoy sharing this with other people. Um, oh, I have to share this.
Please.
A vision board. I have a vision board, and I've been able to, and it's a feng shui law of attraction style vision board. It's different from any other vision board that you've seen. Um,
Mm.
and I've been able to manifest several of my biggest dreams through that vision board, through um, the teachings of Marie Diamond. So I'm not going to say that I am the one
Okay.
who sees energy, but I do get my inspiration from her,
Can,
and I do meditate. And so I am excited to invite people to my 5-day challenge. I have a 5-day challenge coming up,
okay.
and it is called Mindfulness Transformation Challenge. And
So in that challenge, we'll use the vision boards as well?
that's another course. That's another course.
Okay. Okay. Can you share with us about the challenge? Like, how will it go? How can people find you? Because I'm personally interested. I want to learn more about Feng Shui. Honestly, I just want to make my life simpler.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna share some really powerful strategies that people can use. Um, they can find me on Eventbrite. We'll post a link after this, but it's a 5-day challenge starting on Monday, March the 15th. This is coming Monday, and it's 5
Mhm.
p.m. Mountain Time. On day one, you're gonna discover the energy blocks to your physical environment. On
Okay.
day two, you're going to discover the energy blocks in your emotional and mental fields. On day three, you're going to discover where the conflicts are in your uh, relationships, and give a strategy or two on how to resolve those conflicts. Day four, you're going to discover how to energize your environment, and just change it, raise the vibration actually in your home. And day five, we're going to focus on attracting abundance and cash flow. So if this interests you, then join my
Of
five.
course, I'm interested. I want to have all of that at once. So, is it a free challenge or
Free.
should I?
It
Oh
is.
my God, it's free as well.
The 5-day challenge is free, yes, and
Yes.
you'll get some great tips and
Okay.
be able to take your first steps towards transforming, starting with the physical environment, and also the energy in your heart. Just open it up a little bit so that you're more open to receiving the abundance of the universe.
Wow, Connie, this is amazing, and I'm just really happy to have that information and support and guidance into something that can, help transform my life in an easier way, or at least help me with the transformation process. And all of that just because of your generosity of sharing your knowledge. So thank you.
Oh, may I, before we close down, would you introduce yourself? Because you didn't
Oh,
introduce
I didn't.
yourself to the
Okay.
people who are watching, and they want to know
Yeah.
who's interviewing me.
Okay, yes, I didn't because I thought, like I thought first,
What is your
I'm sharing this with my people so they know me.
name? And
Yes. So my name is Shakina Abir, and Shakina is my spiritual name, and Abir is my birth name. I'm Egyptian. I work in energy healing, and in that sense, I work in a lot of things. So I do a lot of things. I was one of the leaders in the spiritual community in Egypt. Like I had my own wellness space, one of the very first wellness spaces in Egypt, and I had like yoga teacher trainings. I have like 3 yoga teacher trainings and lots of meditation, lots of energy healing techniques, shamanic trainings, animal communication very recently, which I love. But my focus really is the soul awakening journey and the soul awakening process. And that's really going to be my focus soon. And in that soul awakening process, I want to have that as well brought, into the ancient Egyptian